What's up everyone, Gids here for another video, and today Grindfest has begun, and with that, this video is going to be about our gearing or equipment guide for level 55, level 60 equipment that we have this early late game. So yes, it is pseudo late game, but we will be grinding a lot for equipment now. So this is the time where you get to actually use a lot of the resources that you've been saving up. So if you want to know which things to actually craft, which gear to actually enhance and whatnot, stick around. So let's go. First up, I just want to explain for people because a lot of people have been asking this question for today. So where do you use your energy? So at this point, you want to use your energy for Void Realm just to get this thing right here, Ultra Engraving. I don't actually recommend using your energy on Ravine. Use your alts to farm Ravine. If you don't have an alt that can farm Ravine, unlucky, right? Because this thing right here, I mean, you don't really want to spend 20 energy on this thing on your main. So yeah, this thing is shareable, so you can get it from your alts. And this is also tradable, so maybe people will be willing to sell it in the marketplace, maybe. But anyway, for your main, what you want to get is this thing, Ultra Engraving, once a day, because you have a daily progress over here. So daily, you can only get 6. And then later on, level 60, if you have enough nullification, you want to go with this one as well, daily for 3 times per week. Okay? After that, everything is going into Purgatory now. Abyssal Purgatory. So Abyssal Purgatory has a 3% chance to drop an epic equipment. Okay? So those are the yellow ones right here. So all the yellow ones right here, even actually items from other classes. So the drop table is just showing here the ones from your class, but it can actually drop equipment from other classes as well. Okay, so there is PT in this dungeon. Every 15 runs, you are guaranteed a legendary drop. You can also get a guaranteed, or well, not really, increased chances to get the equipment that you actually want here on the prayer right here. So there is this thing, Abyss Desirium item that is actually tradable and shareable as well, that can be bought from this player right here, or not player, but from Yalm himself. So it's 80k per, and then it's 100 per day. So if you have 8 million gold every day, like for the whales, this is for the whales, if you have 8 million gold per day, you can definitely just buy this one out every day and then put that into your prayer to actually guarantee the gear that you want. You can start with these things right here because they only require you like 100 Abyss Desiriums, right? So this one. So if you get to 100, I think this is 15% chance. So it's not 100% chance, by the way. So yeah, it's down here. So there's a table here. So for weapons, it's 11% max. And then for helmets and other armor, it's just 15%. Okay, so it might be easier to just guarantee your armor pieces first and then go for the weapon. Or you can just go for the weapon first, because I think weapon is still always going to be the best pick out of everything in here. Okay? So if you got any weapon, then that's a good drop. Alright, now let's talk about gearing, because a lot of people are excited with crafting. Weapon-wise, if you were not able to RNG any of these things, because these two right here are basically kind of the best weapons that you can get for your classes. But again, if you are just really unlucky, you have no choice but to go craft this thing and then craft it into these weapons right here. So this has like 1670 on its rating or CP, and then this one is 17, and this one is also 1700. So you're kind of losing out on like a few stats, especially physical attack, right? So that's like 20 attack lost, and then strength, 5 strength. So I mean, it's not a lot, but it sucks if you are not able to actually get a weapon, but it's fine, right? So you should be able to craft this one later on, because the requirements for this one is not even that hard, right? The requirements to craft them. Wait, why is that? Why is not showing? Okay, so this thing, you just get them from Elite Adventure. There's also Magitrium Dismantling, so you can just dismantle your Magitrium and get this thing, but I don't recommend doing it because Magitrium is going to be required for crafting the second part. So if you can craft up to this point, then you can definitely just do that. This is 3 million gold though, by the way. So yeah. Next up, when it comes to armor and accessories, this is what I've been saying. Go for void equipment and get them to epic. Here's the thing. We are at the mercy of RNG's hands because endgame gearing is basically going to focus first on our nullification value. So whichever gear has the highest nullification, that is the equipment that we will be putting on our characters. Okay? The reason why we want a lot of nullification is because of hex chests right now. So the hardest part of getting into hex chests is the nullification requirement, which is 4,500 for solo even. Story mode is the same, but on elite mode, 5,000 is what you need, okay, to be able to get to the boss or for the queen and king rooms. Okay, so that's a lot of nullification. So nullification is the name of the game. Any equipment that you get that has a higher nullification than what you have, equip it. So again, at the mercy of RNG, when we're crafting gears, especially the armor, right? Because Purgatory can drop anything for the epics. It can be helmet, can be a breastplate, can be gloves, pants, or shoes. The problem is, if you actually crafted a helmet that is legendary and then Abyss just or Purgatory just drops you another epic helmet, you're going to get rid of this epic helmet that you have for the Void. So if that happens, unlucky, right? So there's like a balance into it, right? So you're going to decide which one to get into legendary first. Which accessories do you actually upgrade first? So there's a balance to it. But for you to be able to decide that, what you should be doing late game is that, or when you are doing your daily farm, you have to farm Purgatory first. You have to farm Purgatory first, and then you start going into crafting once you're out of energy. Okay? Just so you kind of prevent that kind of accidents where you get dropped an epic item, a legend item, on an item that you've already crafted, or same slot that you have already crafted. But the chances of that happening, I mean, it's not a high chance of it happening, but it could definitely happen. Okay? So again, the basic way to just get a lot of void or nullification is to just craft void equipment. Okay? And then this thing right here, hyper engraving, get them from your alts. Don't do the dungeon, the Void Realm dungeon on your main. Okay? Get them from your alts and then upgrade them into this thing for the 560 nullification. Alright? So nullification is the name of the game. Another thing is that this thing, the shards, so you can get up to 300 shards per day. So there's a limit to this one. So this is shareable from your alts and to your main. So it says here, epic shards are shared across all characters under the same account. So you will not see this in your inventory. You will just see the number you own. And whenever you're farming any Abyssal Purgatory realm, Void Realm, or Void Nest, you will be able to get the shards. So you can get these things from your alts farming as well, which is pretty good. Again, I think it was a 300 per day limit. I'm not sure if they actually removed that here on Global. But so yeah, that's pretty much it for Gearing Guide. Anything that has a higher nullification value, you put it on. Now for the enhancements. Enhancements can be tricky because if you enhance your Void equipments already and then you found a new equipment, well, it's easy. You're just gonna feed it. But yeah, it's going to feel bad if you start losing out on some of the enhancements because there's actually an item that you need to do flawless enhancement. This one right here. So basically, whenever you're doing flawless inheritance, it's going to get the whole enhancement levels that you have, and then it's not going to be reduced. Okay? Because usually when you do inheritance or when you feed an item to another item for its enhancement levels, usually the enhancement levels go down. Okay? But for both epic equipment, you can actually do flawless inheritance so you don't get any reduction. But this one costs 500 gems each and unlocks at level 60. Okay? So yeah, that's just something that you have to think about. So again, enhancement is going to be pretty annoying. So I don't really recommend enhancing anything past plus 10 or plus 12 at least, maybe, for anything that is not a best in slot item. Okay? You can stop at plus 10, you can stop at plus 12, but don't go further because it's just going to cost so much gold to be enhancing all those equipment. And then you're just going to replace them anyway later on, and you're gonna get a loss on the enhancement levels that you had on them anyway. So yeah, that's going to be pretty sad, but it's part of progression, right? So you're gonna lose out on a few materials, but you should be able to get it back with power once you are able to actually gear up and put best in slot on everything. All right, so that's pretty much it. A quick enhancing guide or a quick gearing guide, equipment guide for level 55 and 60. So yeah, good luck on your purgatory runs. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're so
Magitrium. Magitrium, right?